Picture this. One day, your best friend is inviting you on the trip of a lifetime in a foreign country with tons of fun adventures planned. The next day, you're buying your flights together and you're soon spending 10 days exploring a beautiful new city with everything going perfectly to plan. Except, that's not exactly what happened here. I'm sharing the other side of travel today, where sometimes plans fail, depression takes over, and friendships are tested. Hello, it is Friday, November 11th, and I feel like a lot has been going on. So today, my roommate and I are leaving for Colombia for about 10 days. Her work is bringing her down there and I just get to tag along as her plus one. So we're leaving after work today and then we basically arrive tomorrow morning and we're there until the 21st, which is a Monday. We're pretty much just spending that entire day flying back here to LA. So we are working while we're down there for the most part, and we have a lot of activities planned through her work, so I'm very thankful that I get to tag along. I'm excited to bring you along to Colombia. So I'm gonna finish packing, wrap up work for the day, and then we're headed to LAX. Alright, finally made it. Our first stop in Colombia was Guatapé. We arrived around noon, settled into our hotel, and explored the neighborhood. We were exhausted from our day of travel, but couldn't wait to get out and see the area. Colombia is so vibrant and colorful, with plenty of top-tier coffee to keep us running even on little sleep. One of my main goals for this trip was to practice conversing in Spanish as much as possible. The locals were all so friendly in trying to understand my limited vocabulary and awful conjugations. Some even offered to speak slowly and translate into English words that I didn't understand. After an afternoon of wandering, we met up with my friend's coworkers to see more of the city and get dinner in town before settling in for the night. Day one, done. So tired. Slept on and off like on the 2 flights. And then for almost an hour back here, went out again, was so tired again. And now it's exactly midnight. And I'm gonna go to sleep. See you tomorrow. The next morning, we all went out for a hike to a viewpoint with sweeping views of the city. We went to Mirador San Jose, which is northeast of Guatapé. We trekked through the jungle with a couple of stray dogs that followed along with our group. The trail to this viewpoint is just over 2 miles, and you'll be able to see El Peñón and the city down below. Guatapé is one of the most popular tourist destinations in Colombia. Although their population is only 9,000 people, they receive almost 1 million visitors each year.
The may has to come in the beginning because regalo is conjugated. That's right.
After stopping for some free time to grab lunch in Guatapé, we made our way over to El Peñón, a gigantic rock structure with a staircase winding up the back. This incredible landmark is approximately 65 million years old and was previously worshipped by inhabitants of this land. There is a small entrance fee, it's around $5, and then you'll be able to ascend the 708 steps to reach the top, which are numbered along the way to keep track of where you are. The views were already stunning throughout the climb. It does get pretty crowded though, so expect to spend a while packed onto the staircase with a ton of other visitors. Once you're at the top, you will enjoy panoramic views of the entire area and can purchase various refreshments and cut fruit from the vendors. After our quick stop in Guatapé, we hopped on a bus to Medellín.
It's like a shell.
It's like I'm opening like a sack of like baby eggs, you know.
Yes, that is.
Embryos in here.
What is the name of the eggs?
Yeah, but they're like
Oh, it's kind of
you plant them and you come out.
yeah, it
That's
does.
a good point. They technically are like.
Cool. Hello. It is current day April. I have aged 2 years since this footage. I'm currently editing this video and I just wanted to pop in here really quick and say you're gonna be seeing this face for the next few minutes talking to you about my experience in Colombia. So if you don't know me and you don't really care, you might be tempted to skip ahead, and that is totally fine. I promise there's a lot more adventure and fun stuff to come. I hope you do watch. If you don't, go ahead and skip. I won't be sad, just disappointed. But with that, I hope you enjoy the rest of the video and let's get back to it. Good morning. It is Monday, November 14th, and I'm still in Medellin. So we arrived here last night, kind of after dark, so I'm very excited to see the city in the daylight. I caught up on like 3 days worth of lack of sleep. It was amazing. This was like the comfiest bed that we've had in a few nights. I'm working Monday through Thursday. I didn't really think about the time difference, which is 3 hours. So Medellin is on East Coast hours and my company is on West Coast. So now, although it's 10 o'clock here, it's 7 o'clock for my coworkers. So I'm gonna try to get up early and get a bunch of work done in the morning so that my team doesn't care that I'm signing off around like 2 or 3 in the afternoon. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a hectic week for sure, but it's gonna be really fun. So last night we made the drive on like a bus from Guatapé to Medellin, and it was very long actually. Not like that many miles, but just because it was like a winding road through the mountains, it took quite a while. We did stop one spot in the middle. I don't know the name of the place off the top of my head, but it was for a dessert shop, which apparently is very famous. It's called Dolce Contigo, if I remember correctly. We got these like little cakes. I don't think I took any photos, but I'll insert some because it was so delicious. Gina and her team were actually out exploring the city. I didn't know I was supposed to take today off, so I didn't. And so I'm just working and I'm gonna meet up with them for a tour this afternoon, which starts at 3, so hopefully I can make it for that. If you're trying to learn Spanish like I am, Colombia is perfect. And it's very cheap. For example, $1 is around 4,500 to 5,000 Colombian pesos right now. It's quite high. You can get a pretty nice meal for around like 25 to like 30,000 pesos. So it's like $5 to $6. So I'm gonna get to work and then I'm gonna go meet up with Gina's coworkers for our tour at 3. And hopefully I can show you a little bit of that. So I will see y'all soon. Okay. I'm gonna go out and try to pick up lunch. This is my first time going out in Colombia by myself. Try to navigate and order food. I know this isn't Colombian food, but I'm ordering Indian food, or I'm gonna try to, because there's more vegetarian/vegan options. So wish me luck. Let's go. Managed to get takeout. Not the most easy. Estaba muy difícil para mí. I ordered Manchurian cauliflower. So let's see how it is. And it comes with like cabbage and lime on the side. I know I should have ordered some rice. So for reference, this amount of cauliflower, and it's like completely full, was 29,000 Colombian pesos, which should be like $6.50. It looks so good though. I'm gonna finish up this food, get back to work, and then we'll take you out in a bit. See ya. Well, this lighting is terrible, but just checking in. It is Monday evening. No tour for me today. Womp womp. Yeah, I feel like I wasn't able to like plan my work week very well because I didn't know the itinerary for what was going on. So it kind of sucks. Today was the last day that Gina and her coworkers were not doing like work activities and we're actually like out exploring the city. So I do wish that I could have gone and like participated, but it is what it is. So I have truly only left the hotel today just to go out and pick up food. So I walked like 2 blocks. Now I'm just figuring out what I want to do for the rest of the evening. I feel like I should go out and like at least walk around, but I don't know how comfortable I am like walking around by myself for the first time in the city at night. Yeah, I'm just trying not to feel bad for myself, honestly. I feel like I just like start to spiral. I might just take a quick shower. I feel like I need a good reset, and then maybe I'll go out before work tomorrow. I feel like coffee and a pastry would make me feel better. I will let you know what I get up to, if anything. I'll talk to you soon. Good morning. It is Tuesday, November 15th. I am very puffy today, so I'm attempting to depuff a little bit at least with these eye masks. And it's already 10:45 here, so I think I'm gonna go out, wander around, grab some coffee and food, and do a little daytime exploring before I have some meetings. We're making it work, trying to work around the work schedules and get some exploring in. So I'm gonna braid my hair so I don't have to wash it for one more day and get ready to go out. So we'll see you out and about. Heading back to the hotel now. I got a cold brew. I went to 3 different places to practice my Spanish. It went pretty well, I think. And now there's a storm coming, so I'm gonna go back to the hotel, get some work done. Although my stay in Medellín didn't go as I had pictured, I still had an amazing time exploring the beautiful city. I met some locals and got to practice my Spanish. Taking the long bus ride to a different location felt like a new start for our trip. My friend had researched backpacking opportunities in Colombia and learned of El Páramo del Sol, which roughly translates to more of the sun, with a more being an open landscape covered in rolling hills. Through the blog post she had read, she found that visiting the area is best done through a local guide. It can be a little tricky finding one, as most are contacted directly through WhatsApp. We got the number of one through one of these blog posts, reached out with our limited Spanish, we sent over payment, and hope for the best. Tonio and his family ended up being a major highlight of this trip and planned every moment of our stay with them wonderfully. After taking the bus ride he had arranged, we arrived in the small town of Urrao, where he was waiting at the station with a taxi. We dropped off our things at his family's home before heading out for this hike in the town's rolling green mountains. He led us up ridges, pointing out different plants, animals, and areas in the town below. When we had reached a viewpoint at the top, we stopped to refuel on fruit and hot tea Tonio had packed. This is where I first tried feijoa, which is a type of guava, and I instantly fell in love with it. These are commonly known as pineapple guavas, and I actually just found these at a farmer's market back in Los Angeles a couple weeks ago, exactly 2 years after trying them for the first time in Colombia. I've heard that you can also find them on the streets growing here, so I'm gonna have to try to find some so I can forage them too. With the sun beginning to set, we made our way back down the mountain, passing by herds of cattle that Tonio jokingly told us would chase us, but fortunately they did not. Hiking down this steep slope was pretty tricky, especially as it got darker. We had to do this like awkward side step to get down the steep parts. What have we gotten ourselves into? And by the time we made it to the bottom, we were illuminating the path with our cell phones' flashlights. The final hurdle was a locked gate, which we all had to hop, and my friend tore her raincoat in the process. We had planned to spend one night backpacking into El Páramo del Sol for our last full day here in Colombia. Because it had been so rainy and cold, Tonio suggested staying in town instead, and we happily agreed. We were pretty tired by this point and not looking forward to a soggy night in the so-called more of the sun. We went on a longer hike this day, following Tonio up into the mountains, across streams, and past waterfalls. I was thankful we didn't have to carry our heavy packs, and Tonio brought everything we'd need for a full day out exploring. We, of course, ate more local fruits and some flatbread and cheese he had packed. Throughout our entire stay with them, Tonio's family provided home-cooked meals for us, which were easily the best we had in Colombia. We loved spending time with all of them, including his 2 beautiful daughters, who were as eager to practice their English with us as we were to practice our Spanish with them. We made our way to an incredible hummingbird preserve, known as Colibrí del Sol Bird Reserve, which was established in 2005. The reserve contains an astounding 219 species of birds, including a couple that are endemic to a tiny area within the preserve. The only way to access this spot is to make the 5-hour drive from Medellín to Urrao, then hike or ride horseback for 2 hours through the forest like we did. I had never seen so many different types of hummingbirds before, such as ones with super long beaks or tails.
It's so crazy. It's like longer than his body.
If you want to spend more time there, you can even reserve the small house for a couple of nights. We stopped at a waterfall overlooking the jungle below for more snacks and tea. Tonio pulled out a small stove and kettle to brew tea from an apple he brought and various herbs he had plucked along the trail while we walked. Tonio's love of nature and his hometown were infectious. I learned so much from him through our conversations in broken English and Spanish, and thank God for Google Translate. I can't imagine trying to do this adventure without a guide. Not only did he lead us through the meandering trail, but he also enriched the entire experience with fun conversation and information about everything we were seeing.
And I do feel like I'm in Lord of the Rings.
Should I do a zoom in on the food?
Thank you.
Yeah, this is our guide. He truly is like the Colombian Tarzan.
Oh, hi.
A wandering dog joined us for the last leg of our hike, running back and forth along the trail.
This dog has so much energy.
We passed by more cows and a beautiful blind old dog who also hopped up to follow us when she heard our voices.
It's okay. Okay.
The rain started to pour down just as we were reaching the road and ready to hop in a car back home.
We're trying to wash our shoes in their nice clean sink. It's not good.
Our final morning was filled with bittersweet goodbyes to Tonio's family as we headed out for a short final hike.
Salud!
He surprised us with breakfast beers, which we enjoyed with a couple stray dogs, watching helicopters land at the top of a hill. Before we knew it, we were back at the airport and flying home to Los Angeles. Nearly every part of this trip didn't go as we planned, but it was 10 days filled with memories that will last a lifetime. Sometimes the best part of travel is accepting the ups and downs and letting life take you where it will, knowing it will all work out in the end. If you enjoyed this video, you'll want to watch my trip to Hawaii in the playlist linked here next. I hope to see you here next time, and happy adventuring!